stairs. I hate them.
Well, let's see. When did I come home from the marshals? I think it was 2010, and I haven't been in an airport since.
I don't miss them.
I just drop Sandy off and pick her up. Well, I think I'm going to pull the plug here and start my day. I've got somebody coming over here in about an hour, and I should probably take a shower to be able to comb my hair. Catch you later, W9 AAM.
See you, Mike. Take care. Have a good one.
See you, Michael.
See you later. I'm going to follow you out the door. Have an interesting day. WB9ECK.
See you, Bob. Take care.
Bye, Bob.
10-4.
42.
Yes, sir.
And Brian, have you faded away yet?
I'm just trying to avoid the inevitable, which is go upstairs and be my wife's helping hand.
I've got about 4 more minutes before that happens, because she'll get up at 9. I probably should mosey in the kitchen. I got to make the coffee. If the coffee's not made when she gets up, I get this little frustrated look at me.
You can't have that. Yeah, she literally told me this morning, Greg, that I'm going to be her bitch today.
Wow. Well, okay.
So I guess I will.
Well, I'm going to try to mow the grass today. It shouldn't be too bad. I don't know what else I'm going to do today, but I'll have plenty to choose from.
I got my mowing done yesterday, so I'm all hers.
WD9N.
Hey, Dave.
Hi, David.
Good morning. I'm on a skinny radio this morning. How does it sound to you guys?
Sounds good, but skinny.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, you'd never believe it's an SM58 running right into a Kenwood 590 SG. And I got in the software and adjusted the user EQ on it. But, yeah, I thought when I was playing with it here, listening on the Flex, it sounded okay.
Yeah, it sounds fine.
Sounds real good. And I didn't know you had a 590.
Just acquired it.
Those have got supposedly good receivers in them, don't they?
Well, I've been impressed with it. I'm actually recording this. I'll post it up on YouTube so you can hear the audio there on my end. You can open the receiver up in them 0 to 5,000, which is what I'm listening at right now. So I'm using the monitor circuit in the rig to run audio onto the video. So that may not sound the greatest, but you can hear what you guys sound like at 5K on it. And I think the receiver in this thing is amazing for a super heterodyne receiver.
Isn't that the same receiver they put in as a second receiver on the 990?
That I couldn't say. I really don't know.
I think it is, David. It's not the main receiver, but the difference between the 890 and the 990 is, of course, is the second receiver, but I think it's the same as the 590 as the second.
Yeah, you may be right. I don't follow that stuff that hard. I generally, I mean, I'm happy with the Flex that I've got, and I had a little Icom 718 that I ran in the wall tent, And a local fellow was talking on the repeater the other day with me, and he mentioned having this, and he's like, I'm getting tired of dragging it around to Hamfest. I've taken this thing to 5 different Hamfests, and everybody wants to fingerprint it, but nobody's interested in buying it. And I said, well, what are you doing tomorrow? I'll come up and pay you a visit. And I went up there, and we sat around and visited for several hours and put the rig on the air, and I was just listening to it going, man, that thing's just got wonderful receive audio.
It was quite a popular radio when it first came out. I mean, it's still highly regarded today. I think the Yaesu FT DX10 and 7300 by ICOM has really consumed the 590 market. But the 590, it was really, really popular when it first came out.
Yeah, the only thing I would, have wished for, if I would have gotten to put a wish list into the engineers on it, was to allow the transmit to open up to 5K. I mean, if I can listen from 0 to 5K, why can't I transmit there?
Well, that's true. And one of the things that hurt the 590 was the people were afraid to go that route after the 570, because the 570 was a disaster, in my opinion.
Well, and I wish, I've got the 480HX, that 200 watter they made with the permanently detached face, and I like that radio, the format of it, but the sound of the receiver to me is atrocious. As far as is it a good receiver, a bad receiver, that's so hard to tell in a mobile because you've got so much noise from the electrical system on the vehicle. And you're generally driving around noisy power lines and this and that anyway, so it's hard to tell in the mobile. I mean, it works for me good, and I love having the 200 watts. I don't have to fool with another amplifier or anything like that. But that thing is so stinking narrow, and the sound of the receiver is just horrid to me. I mean, I can tolerate it because of the 200 watts, and it does make a good configuration for mobile, but man, if they'd have had this receiver in that 480, holy cow.
I don't know if the story is true or not, but the story went on that Kenwood would pull all their engineers together from the audio division and RF division and everything, and they would design a radio. Like they would design the 870 or the 850, the 950. But when it came to the 570 and the 480, they didn't do that. They just signed it to a small group of RF engineers, and that's what they designed. Now, the 590, they said they pulled back in the audio engineers on that radio and the radios above that again, and that's why you see this little blip, why, they were known for audio until the 570 and the 480, and then now they're back again. So that is the story. Whether it's accurate or not, I have no idea.
I don't know, but I'll concur that 480 receiver is hands down the most miserable thing I've ever listened to. I had mine less than 6 months and got rid of. Good morning, Rick.
Hey, you got rid of the 570 just as fast.
Really? Yeah, that 480 was horrible. I mean, it was a harsh, horrible, and there was no way to make it right. It just was terrible. And I agree with Dave. It was great for a mobile environment with 200 watts on it, but God, it's terrible.
Yeah, well, like I said, I tolerate it for the mobile, but wow, it's rough. I actually have it's a Sony center channel from a surround sound system that I run on it. And that actually, believe it or not, helped. But the high end of it, it's just harsh and piercing. And that thing did kind of smooth it out. And good morning, Rick.
Yeah, that's where I had a problem with it, Dave. Was that high? Just that it was just very, very harsh on anything from about 2K up. It was terrible.
Right. By the way, how are you guys hearing me? Because I don't have this thing cabled up to the amplifier. It's just running barefoot right now.
S9. 5 over.
I got you about 5 over 2.
Wow, the band must be in really good shape. I'm going to look at the meter here. Hello, 1, 2. Yeah, just barely kind of popping. The peaks are going a little over halfway up the ALC scale, so I guess that's about right. Anyway, I've got this one slated to go to the wall tent. This will be my portable rig, I think.
You know, Rick, that 480 was a beast, though. It had a nice 200-watt PA, and there was 2 feeds actually for it. So yeah, I you know, in that respect, it was a nice unit.
Well, I agree. I ran that when, you know, in the old other truck with the, you know, that Tar Heel, and, you know, man, it played well. It really did play well, but I couldn't get that receiver where I could tolerate it. It was just terrible. I sold that to some guy in Indy, and he was all happy about it. I got a sneaky feeling it's getting used on a chicken man.
Oh, well.
I don't care.
Yeah, you got to have that 200 watts to drive your 4CX 10,000, you know.
And good morning, Rick. What's up with you?
Oh, slept in. Enjoyed it. Needed it.
I kind of wish I would have slept in more than I did.
Well, my problem is I crashed on the couch last night, and it was 2 o'clock this morning when I woke up, so, you know, I just basically came to bed, but it, yeah, I got to get out and mow the other half of the yard, back half of the yard this morning, and, I got one vehicle I got to fix real quick, and I got to get my car ready for tomorrow, so that's pretty much about my day.
Taking your car somewhere tomorrow?
Yeah, we have to go into a private track rental tomorrow. It's not going to be anything spectacular because the weather's not, I mean, I haven't really done anything, but I just need to get out. So my buddy that's putting on the rental told me, he says, you're coming. He says, I'll take care of the rental. You just buy the fuel, I'll take care of the rental. I said, all right.
Is that Pete?
No, it's a buddy of mine that does the rentals over at Muncie. Which I don't have to do much. I mean, change rear tires, get the air filter out of it, make sure all the tire pressures are set. I got to go. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to go get the fuel here in a little bit. That's the bad part. It's almost $17 a gallon fuel.
Ouch. Did you take any of the seats out or anything to lighten the weight?
I do. I take the passenger seat out. The back really doesn't matter. It's only about 30 pounds. It really doesn't make any difference. But that passenger seat's 70 pounds. So, yes, I do take it out. It's 4 bolts. It's easy. It takes about 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Or I should say 4 bolts and 3 connectors, but yeah, it comes out. It's amazing how heavy those stupid seats are. That it makes it a hell of a lot easier for me to get out of it too, because the way it sets way my trailer is, I have to get out in and out the passenger door because the left fender on my trailer apparently sits a little bit higher than the right fender, and I can't open the door, so I have to crawl across to get out. It does make it easier for an old crippled guy to get out of it.
Like the Duke's a hazard.
I see.
Yeah, it's because I'm not crawling out the window. That's not going to happen.
Do you have a cage in there, Rick?
No, I can't. Not in a stock car, no.
Oh, that's not a requirement?
Nope, I can run 9.0 without having a bar in it.
That's because he's got airbags.
Don't talk about Rick Denley.
Well, and Greg makes a point, and that is the part of the rule, is for the the newer, it's '08 and newer stuff, is you can run 9.0 without a bar as long as all the factory safety equipment's involved. Well, that's all well and good, and I get the intention of the rule, because there's a lot of this, Christ, my car runs quicker stock than what the rules allow, but if you hit something, okay, great, the airbags are going off, but in drag racing, it typically doesn't stop there. That's the problem. You're going to sometimes hit other things and or roll and things, and that stuff's only going to protect you once, and after that, it's fair game.
So what you're saying is, by the second impact, the airbag's probably depleted.
Yeah. You're pretty much going to go along for the ride at that point. But yeah, now it's matter of fact, they amended that rule a couple of years ago, because stuff it originally was 1050, and now it's 9.0. Because the stuff's getting faster. I mean, you think about it. I mean, my God, some of this stuff out there runs 10 stock. Mine's almost there. It was 11, what was it, 11 teens, I think, stone stock. When they put tires on it, and it went, still stock, it went 1090.
So other than the electric cars, what is the fastest stock car out there, or one of the fastest?
Drag racing wise, currently, if you can get them, that Challenger Demon 170, it's on E85. It's it's bona fide, into the nines, stone stock.
Wow.
And then you got the Teslas, a Plaid will get right there. I mean, they're right there with it. But yeah, there's some ridiculously quick stuff out there right now.
How fast is Jeff's modified Subaru? Any idea?
I think he's been in the 10s with it. I don't think it's been any quicker than that. I'm not really sure.
And does he modify the four-wheel drive in that to handle all that horsepower?
Yeah, he's got it where it's more balanced. But the problem with Jeff's car and all of the Subarus like that are quick is their manuals, because there's not an automatic transmission Subi makes to take that kind of power, and that really hurts you. I mean, it's just getting it. And once you get moving, it's fine, but it's getting it out of the gate without breaking stuff is the problem.
Yeah, I mean, is he likely to be laying rubber with all four wheels when he pulls out of the line?
No, probably not. No, because you can control the boost and ramp it in where it doesn't. Because I think he runs drag or a sticky kind of tire on all four corners on it. Now on the street may be a different story, but not a track. I don't think he's had that thing to a track for a few years that I'm aware of.
Well, I don't know. I never hear him talk much about it, so I don't know.
Yeah, it makes big power. There's no doubt about it. It's just, like I said, it's just the manual trans kills it. And that holds true across the board pretty much for everything. I mean, mine... Yeah, it's a proven fact that, my car's a second and a half slower with a manual in it than an automatic.
Remember when that many years ago people would have thought that was nuts?
Oh, I know. Well, automatics are not the same as they used to be now, and it's just like mine. I have to launch it in drive, because the first two gear changes it come on so quick, especially 1 to 2. You can't switch it quick enough without getting on the rev limiter, so just leave it in drive and let it do its thing. It's actually faster.
Hey, not to break up your conversation, but Is one of you guys set up to take a quick recording of this so I could hear it back over the air?
We can, yeah. Go.
Okay. I just kind of curious there. I'm running the SM58 direct into the 590 with the user EQ set up through the software. I just wanted to give it a listen.
Okay, oh God, I don't know if anybody else did. I've got a little bit of noise, so it's going to be kind of tough to tell on this one, but here it is.
I just kind of curious there. I'm running the SM58 direct into the 590 with the user EQ set up through the software. I just wanted to give it a listen.
And I should have recorded that narrower bandwidth, because there's a bunch of noise in there because of it, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if mine's any better. Hold on. Okay, I was checking for double. Here we go. I don't think it's any better.
Okay, I just kind of curious there. I'm running the SM58 direct into the 590 with the user EQ set up through the software. I just wanted to give it a listen.
There you go.
Yeah, they both sounded about the same on this end, but yeah, I think I could live with that for pack it around in the wall tent and work parks on the air and stuff like that.
Talk again, Dave. Let me do it. Narrow the bandwidth up to match yours.
All right, yeah, I think it's about time to ID anyway. 15 after, so WD9N on the 590.
Okay.
I think it's about time to ID anyway. 15 after, so WD9N on the 590.
That should be a little better.
Yeah, I mean, to me it sounds like it could use some more high end in it, but I've played with that EQ to the point that I don't know what else to do, because if I start taking more lows out of it, it just starts getting mid-rangey. I don't know what to do there. Maybe that's just part of the characteristics of this SM58.
And yes, it could use some more high end on it. You can see it, but I don't think you just don't have a lot of parameters there to mess with.
Well, in the user EQ on this, you can go into the software and it has an EQ. I have been unable to find what the correct procedure is to actually adjust that and get it to stick in the radio. It's like you just have to make an adjustment and wait until the software and the radio decide to talk, and then it'll be in there, and you never know when that is, because I can't figure out what to do to go, okay, here it actually does it. Now, if I shut the software down, reopen the software, go straight to the EQ, for a little while, it's like I've got live response on the faders. But then I lose that after a couple of adjustments, so I don't understand how that works in the software exactly, but I have managed to get this one to stick. Well, the other side of that, are you guys listening all the way down to 0? Because, you figure most of these 3K transmitters out there, they're running, 100 hertz cutoff at the bottom or something like that, so that makes a little difference too, maybe.
Yeah, I cut off at 20 is where I cut off at.
Yeah, so you're getting any overshoot out of the bottom of my filter anyway. So yeah, like I said, it's not perfect, but for a 3K stock radio and an SM58 with no processing on it, I think that's usable.
No,
yes.
Like I said, it
Very
doesn't
useful.
sound bad, so that's the key thing.
Yeah, it's not that I've got my underwear pulled up over my ears, DX screechy stuff, but it'll work. All right, I'm going to get out of here, let you guys back at it. I got things to get to today, and I just wanted to check this out on the air with you guys this morning and say hi to everybody.
Okay, well, I'm going to go refill my coffee cup here if anybody's going to be around for a minute. I'll be back in 9 HLL.
I'm going to go get my coffee cup refilled and start the coffee machine. If Mama's up, I won't be back, but if she's not, I'll be back. For BB9DNZ.
All righty. See you, Dave. Have a good day.
All right, you guys have a great day. WD9N, I'll be clear.